Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Margaret. I'm 68 years old, and 4 years ago, I was drowning in financial anxiety despite having what most people would consider a decent retirement. Today, I want to share how 7 simple but powerful budget hacks transformed my golden years from constant worry into genuine peace of mind, and how they can do the same for you, starting this week. The wake-up call that changed everything. December 2020, I'm standing in the grocery checkout line, adding up prices in my head for the 3rd time. When the total flashes on the screen, $127.83. My heart sinks. I'd estimated 85. I hand over my debit card, praying it won't be declined, while the cashier and the woman behind me wait. The transaction goes through, but as I load groceries into my car, I'm fighting back tears. This wasn't supposed to be my story. I'd done everything right. Worked for 42 years as a school administrator, contributed to my pension, saved when I could, never lived extravagantly. But here I was, 3 years into retirement, terrified every time I opened a bill or stepped into a store. My pension covered about 60% of what I'd earned working. Social Security added another chunk. On paper, it looked adequate. In reality, inflation was eating me alive. Unexpected medical costs kept popping up, and I was slowly but steadily spending down my savings just to maintain a basic lifestyle. The worst part, I was too embarrassed to tell anyone. My adult children thought I was doing fine. My friends and I all pretended our retirements were going smoothly. Meanwhile, I was lying awake, calculating how many years my money would last if I kept spending at this rate. That grocery store moment was my breaking point. I drove home and did something I hadn't done since college. I got serious about learning how to make my money stretch further. What I discovered over the next 6 months didn't just save me thousands, it completely changed my relationship with money and retirement. The night I met Dorothy, 3 weeks after my grocery store breakdown, I attended a community center workshop called Living Well on Less. I almost didn't go. The title felt like admitting defeat. But desperation won over pride. The speaker was Dorothy Martinez, a 74-year-old retired teacher who radiated the kind of confidence I desperately wanted to feel about my finances. "How many of you," Dorothy began, "are spending more in retirement than you expected, even though you're doing less?" Every hand in the room went up. "Here's what no one tells you about retirement budgeting," she continued. "The strategies that worked when you had a steady paycheck don't work when you're living on fixed income. You need a completely different approach." Over the next 2 hours, Dorothy shared 7 budget hacks that she called fixed income game changers. These weren't about extreme couponing or eating cat food. They were smart, dignified strategies for making every dollar work harder. As I listened, something shifted inside me. For the first time in months, I felt hopeful instead of helpless. After the presentation, I approached Dorothy. "Would you be willing to mentor me through implementing these strategies?" She smiled. "Honey, I've been waiting for someone to ask that question." Dorothy's 7 budget hacks that changed my life. Over the next 4 months, Dorothy guided me through implementing each strategy. Here's what we did, the results I achieved, and exactly how you can apply these same techniques starting today. Budget hack number 1, the 3-account system. Dorothy's wisdom. Most retirees try to manage everything from one checking account. That's like trying to drive 3 different cars with one steering wheel. You're going to crash. What I learned. Dorothy taught me to divide my income into 3 distinct accounts, each with a specific purpose. Account 1, the fortress. for fixed expenses. This account receives exactly enough money each month to cover rent, utilities, insurance, and other non-negotiable bills. I calculated this amount precisely and set up automatic deposits and payments. Amount: $2,480 monthly. Purpose: complete peace of mind that essential bills are covered. Account 2, the marketplace, for variable expenses. This account gets a predetermined amount for groceries, gas, entertainment, and discretionary spending. When it's empty, I'm done spending for the month, no exceptions. Amount: $800 monthly. Purpose: controlled spending with clear boundaries. Account 3, the shield, for emergency buffer. This receives the remainder of my income and builds a buffer for unexpected expenses and opportunities. Amount: $420 monthly. Purpose: protection from financial surprises. The results: within 1 month. I stopped worrying about whether I could pay my electric bill. Within 3 months, I'd built a $1,200 buffer. The psychological relief was immediate. I finally felt in control instead of at the mercy of my expenses. Your implementation: calculate your fixed expenses to the penny. Open 3 accounts if necessary. Set up automatic transfers on your pension or Social Security deposit date. Start this month. Budget hack number 2, the Senior Advantage Audit. Dorothy's Wisdom. You've earned discounts through decades of hard work and paying taxes. Using them isn't being cheap, it's being smart. What I learned. Dorothy had me spend 1 week documenting every senior discount available in my area and online. The results shocked me. My discount discovery: grocery stores 10% off Tuesdays, saved $35 a month. Restaurants 15 to 20% off various days, saved $60 a month. Movie theaters, $6 tickets instead of $15, saved $18 a month. Public transportation, 50% off bus fare, saved $25 a month. Prescription programs, 20% off non-insurance medications, saved $40 a month. Utilities, low-income senior rate reduction, saved $85 a month. Property taxes, senior homestead exemption, saved $150 a month. Bank fees, free checking and services, saved $25 a month. Monthly savings total $438. The hidden benefit: beyond money. These discounts connected me with other seniors and created social opportunities I hadn't expected. Your implementation: spend 1 day calling or visiting every business you frequent. Ask, do you offer senior discounts? And many aren't advertised but exist. Create a list and use it consistently. Budget hack. Number 3, the subscription detective method. Dorothy's Wisdom. Subscriptions are like tiny vampires. Individually, they don't seem harmful, but together they'll drain you dry. What I learned. Dorothy had me print 3 months of bank statements and highlight every recurring charge, no matter how small. My shocking discovery: Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, $47 a month. Magazine subscriptions I'd forgotten, $23 a month. Gym membership I used twice, $35 a month. Phone insurance I didn't need, $15 a month. Automatic charity donations I'd set up years ago, $45 a month. Software subscriptions for programs I rarely used, $28 a month. Credit card protection services, $19 a month. Total monthly leak, $212. My ruthless audit kept Netflix $15, Amazon Prime $12, 2 meaningful charity donations $20. Canceled everything else. Monthly savings $165. The revelation: I'd been hemorrhaging over $2,000 annually on services I either didn't use or could easily live without. Your implementation: print your last 3 bank statements. Highlight every recurring charge. Cancel anything you don't actively use or genuinely value. Do this audit quarterly. Budget hack number 4: the strategic shopping system. Dorothy's wisdom: shopping without a system is like gambling. The house always wins, and the house is every business trying to separate you from your money. What I learned: Dorothy taught me that successful budget shopping requires 3 elements: timing, location strategy, and psychological preparation. The timing component: groceries, Tuesday mornings after Monday stock updates, before Wednesday senior discount rush. Medications: last week of the month when pharmacies offer clearance deals. Clothing: end of season clearance. Buy winter clothes in March, summer clothes in September. Major purchases, holiday weekends when retailers need to move inventory. The location strategy: groceries, 70% from discount stores like Aldi and Walmart, 20% from sale items at regular stores, 10% from farmers markets. Medications: generic versions from discount programs, not convenience pharmacies. Household items: dollar stores for basics, warehouse stores for bulk items I actually use. The psychological preparation: never shop when hungry, tired, or emotionally stressed. Always bring a specific list with estimated costs. Set a cash limit and leave cards at home for discretionary shopping. Use the 24-hour rule for any unplanned purchase over $25. My results: grocery costs dropped from $150 a week to $95 a week. Medication costs dropped by 40% through generic and discount programs. Impulse purchases dropped by 85%. Monthly savings, $285. Your implementation: choose one category. Groceries or medications work well. Implement the system for that category for 1 month. Track your savings. Expand to other categories once the habit is established. Budget hack number 5: the energy efficiency overhaul. Dorothy's wisdom: your utility bills are like slow leaks in a boat. Individually small, but they'll sink you if you ignore them long enough. What I learned: Dorothy showed me that small energy changes create large, long-term savings, especially for retirees who are home more often. My $15 investment that saved hundreds. I bought a pack of outlet sealers, weather stripping, and LED bulbs. Total cost $15. The changes: sealed outlets on exterior walls, reduced drafts, added weather stripping around doors and windows, replaced 12 most used bulbs with LEDs. Unplugged electronics when not in use, used a programmable thermostat, borrowed from my daughter, closed vents in unused rooms, used blackout curtains to regulate temperature. Immediate results: electric bill dropped from $145 to $98 monthly. Gas bill dropped from $87 to $52 monthly. Monthly savings, $82. The compound effect over 1 year. These simple changes saved me nearly $1,000. Over 10 years, the savings will exceed $10,000. Advanced strategies I added later. Switched to budget billing to eliminate seasonal spikes. Used ceiling fans to circulate air instead of adjusting thermostat. Air-dried clothes instead of using the dryer, saved an additional $15 a month. Cooked larger meals to use oven heat efficiently. Your implementation: start with the $15 investment in basic supplies. Make 1 change per week to avoid overwhelm. Track your utility bills to see progress. The savings compound over time. Budget hack. Number 6. The community resource revolution. Dorothy's wisdom. Every community has resources designed to help seniors, but most seniors are too proud to find and use them. That pride is expensive. What I learned. Dorothy opened my eyes to legitimate resources I'd never considered. Not because I was poor enough to qualify, but because I'd earned them through decades of taxes and community contribution. My resource discovery, free and low-cost services. Senior Center meals, $3 for restaurant-quality lunch 3 times per week, saved $180 a month compared to eating out. Community health screenings, free blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes checks, saved $240 annually in doctor copays. Legal aid clinics, free will updates, and basic legal advice saved $400. Tax preparation, free through AARP program, saved $150 annually. Discounted professional services, senior companion discount haircuts, $12 instead of $35, saved $138 annually. Volunteer driver program, free rides to medical appointments, saved $150 annually in taxi costs. Community college classes, 50% senior discount for audit courses, saved $200 annually. Free entertainment and social activities, library programs, book clubs, computer classes, movie nights, senior center activities, cards, exercise classes, day trips, community theater, volunteer ushers get free show admission, museum programs, free admission days, and senior tours. Monthly budget impact, $95 in direct savings, plus eliminated $300 in entertainment expenses. The unexpected benefit. These resources didn't just save money, they created social connections that enriched my retirement far beyond the financial impact. Your implementation, visit your local senior center and library, ask for a list of senior resources in your area, attend 1 new activity per week for a month. You'll discover both savings and community. Budget hack number 7. The income gap bridge. Dorothy's wisdom. The best budget hack is having more money coming in. But in retirement, that doesn't mean getting a job. It means activating assets you already have. What I learned. Dorothy taught me to see potential income in resources I already owned but wasn't fully utilizing. My asset activations. Space assets, rented spare bedroom to graduate student, $400 a month. Rented driveway parking space to neighbor, $50 a month. Hosted occasional overnight guests through senior home sharing app, $120 a month average. Skill assets, tutored neighborhood kids in reading, $200 a month. Organized estate sales for families, $300 a month average. Provided pet sitting during vacations, $180 a month average. Physical assets, sold items I no longer needed but kept in good condition, $150 a month average for first 6 months, then $50 a month ongoing. Rented out gardening tools and lawn equipment, $40 a month. Grew and sold vegetables from expanded garden, $80 a month during growing season. Knowledge assets, taught computer skills to other seniors, $160 a month. Offered bookkeeping services to small businesses, $240 a month. Total additional monthly income, $1,420. The life-changing realization, I wasn't too old to generate income. I was perfectly positioned to turn a lifetime of accumulated assets into steady cash flow. Your implementation. List every asset you own. Space, skills, objects, knowledge. Choose one category and experiment with monetizing it for 1 month. Expand gradually based on your energy and interest. The 6-month transformation.
By implementing all 7 budget hacks over 6 months, here's how my financial picture transformed.
Monthly savings achieved, 3-account system, $0 saved, but complete peace of mind. Senior discounts, $438 saved. Subscription audit, $165 saved. Strategic shopping, $285 saved. Energy efficiency, $82 saved. Community resources, $95 saved plus $300 in eliminated expenses. Income gap, bridge, $1,420 in new income. Total monthly improvement, $2,785. Annual impact, $33,420. But here's what the numbers don't capture. I went from waking up anxious about money to feeling genuinely excited about my financial future. Instead of dreading bills, I looked forward to seeing how much I'd saved each month. The psychology behind the success. Dorothy taught me that successful budgeting in retirement isn't really about money. It's about regaining control and self-respect. Before, I felt like a victim of circumstances beyond my control, rising costs, fixed income, unexpected expenses. Everything felt like it was happening to me. After, I felt like the CEO of my own life again. Every dollar had a purpose, every expense was a choice, and every month brought new evidence of my competence and resourcefulness. The confidence compound effect. Success in budgeting created confidence in other areas. I started taking better care of my health, reconnecting with old friends, and pursuing interests I'd put on hold due to financial worry. Why these strategies work specifically for seniors. Dorothy explained why traditional budgeting advice fails retirees and why these 7 hacks succeed. Traditional advice problem: cut expenses across the board. Why it fails: retirees often can't significantly reduce housing, medical, or basic living costs. Our solution: focus on areas where seniors have maximum control and advantage. Traditional advice problem: increase your income. Why it fails: assumes ability to work traditional jobs. Our solution: activate existing assets rather than creating new career demands. Traditional advice problem: invest for growth. Why it fails: retirees can't afford market volatility risks. Our solution: create immediate, measurable improvements to cash flow. The senior advantage: we have time to shop strategically, established community connections, accumulated assets, and hard-earned wisdom about what truly matters. Overcoming the common obstacles. As I shared these strategies with other seniors, I encountered the same resistance repeatedly. Here's how Dorothy taught me to address each concern. I'm too old to change my spending habits. Response: you're not changing who you are. You're applying the same careful planning skills you used in your career to your personal finances. Start with just 1 hack. These strategies seem like a lot of work. Response: anxiety about money is exhausting. These strategies actually reduce mental energy by creating systems that run automatically. I shouldn't have to live this carefully at my age. Response: this isn't about deprivation. It's about maximizing your resources so you can enjoy retirement without constant worry. What if my friends think I'm being cheap? Response: real friends want you to be financially secure. Besides, you'll be surprised how many are facing similar challenges and will appreciate your leadership. I'm embarrassed to use senior discounts. Response: You've earned these discounts through decades of contributing to society. Using them honors your contribution and keeps money in your pocket for things you value more. The ripple effects. 6 months after implementing Dorothy's 7 budget hacks, the improvements extended far beyond my bank account. Health, reduced financial stress, improved my sleep, and lowered my blood pressure. Cooking more at home improved my nutrition. Relationships, I stopped declining social invitations due to cost concerns. I could afford to be generous with grandchildren again. Confidence. I felt proud of my resourcefulness instead of ashamed of my limitations. Other seniors began asking for my advice. Purpose. Helping others with their budgets gave me a sense of contribution and community connection I'd been missing. Security. I stopped checking my account balance obsessively and started making plans for the future again. Planning for the unexpected. Dorothy's final lesson was the most valuable: how to budget for life's inevitable surprises. The senior reality. Unexpected expenses aren't occasional, they're regular. Medical issues, home repairs, family emergencies, and economic changes are all predictable unpredictables. The traditional approach: hope nothing bad happens and panic when it does. Dorothy's system: budget for surprise expenses as a regular category. I now set aside $200 monthly in my Life Happens Fund. When the water heater died, when I needed dental work, when my car required major repairs. Instead of financial crisis, I had planned resources. The peace of mind. Expecting unexpected expenses eliminates their power to derail your entire financial plan. The letter to my struggling self. If I could write to myself 4 years ago, standing in that grocery store checkout line, here's what I'd say. Margaret, you're not failing at retirement. You're just using the wrong tools for the job. The same intelligence and competence that built your career can create financial security in retirement. You just need different strategies. Stop being embarrassed about your concerns. Half the seniors you know are facing similar challenges but are too proud to admit it. Your willingness to learn and adapt is a strength, not a weakness. These budget strategies aren't about living like a pauper. They're about living like the intelligent, resourceful woman you are. Every discount you take, every system you implement, every asset you activate is evidence of your wisdom, not your limitations. You have more control than you realize. You have more resources than you're using. You have more options than you're seeing. The stress you're feeling is temporary. The skills you're about to learn are permanent. The confidence you're going to rebuild is real. Trust the process. Trust Dorothy's wisdom. Most importantly, trust yourself. Your 30-day quick start plan. If you're feeling inspired but overwhelmed, here's how to begin. Week 1. Financial reality check. Print 3 months of bank statements. Calculate your fixed expenses exactly. List all recurring charges and subscriptions. Set up 3 bank accounts if needed. Week 2, easy wins. Cancel 2 subscriptions you don't actively use. Sign up for senior discounts at 3 places you frequent regularly. Buy basic energy efficiency supplies, $15 investment. Implement the 24-hour rule for unplanned purchases. Week 3, systems implementation. Set up automatic transfers to your 3 accounts. Plan 1 week of strategic shopping, timing, location, preparation. Visit your local senior center and library for resource information. Make the basic energy efficiency improvements. Week 4, asset activation. Identify 1 space, skill, or physical asset you could monetize. Have 3 conversations about community resources for seniors. Take 1 action toward generating additional income. Celebrate your progress and plan next month's improvements. The community you're joining. When you implement these strategies, you're not just changing your budget. You're joining a community of seniors who refuse to let fixed incomes limit their lives. Dorothy introduced me to dozens of retirees who transformed their financial situations using variations of these same principles. We've become informal advisors to each other, sharing new discoveries and supporting each other through challenges. The monthly coffee group. We meet monthly to share budget wins, new senior discounts we've discovered, and strategies that are working. It's part support group, part think tank, part celebration. The resource network. When someone discovers a great senior resource or discount, word spreads quickly through our network. We've become experts at finding and sharing opportunities, the confidence circle. Perhaps most importantly, we've proven to ourselves and each other that financial resourcefulness doesn't diminish with age. It can actually increase as we apply accumulated wisdom to new challenges. Dorothy's legacy. Last year, Dorothy moved to assisted living. Before she left, she asked me to continue teaching these budget strategies to other seniors. "Margaret," she said, "you were my first and best student. Now it's your turn to be the teacher." I've helped over 200 seniors implement these 7 budget hacks. The results are consistently life-changing, not just financially, but psychologically and socially. The average improvement's monthly budget relief, $1,800 to $2,500. Reduced financial anxiety. 85% report sleeping better. Increased social connections, 70% report new friendships, enhanced self-confidence, 90% feel more capable and resourceful. But the statistics don't capture the tears of relief, the stories of renewed independence, or the pride of seniors who've rediscovered their competence. The truth about retirement budgeting. Here's what I wish someone had told me before I retired. Retirement budgeting isn't about having enough money. It's about making the money you have work as hard as you do. It's not about depriving yourself. It's about directing your resources toward what truly matters while eliminating waste. It's not about being cheap. It's about being strategic. It's not about living small. It's about living smart. You don't need to earn more to live well. You need to spend more intentionally. Your age isn't a limitation, it's an advantage. You have time, wisdom, community connections, and accumulated assets that younger people lack. The skills that made you successful in your career, planning, organization, resourcefulness, persistence, are exactly the skills needed for successful retirement budgeting. The invitation. If you've made it this far in the video, you're ready to transform your retirement finances, not because you have to, but because you deserve to sleep peacefully instead of worrying about money. You deserve to make choices based on your preferences, not your limitations. You deserve to feel proud of your resourcefulness instead of anxious about your resources. You deserve to enjoy retirement instead of enduring it. Your first assignment: choose one of the 7 budget hacks and implement it this week. Just one. Don't try to do everything at once. Maybe it's the subscription audit. Print those bank statements tonight. Maybe it's visiting your local senior center to discover available resources. Maybe it's calculating your exact fixed expenses. Pick the one that seems most doable or most immediately impactful for your situation. Your second assignment: document your results. Keep a simple record of money saved or stress reduced. The evidence of your success will motivate you to continue. Your third assignment: share your success. Whether it's with family, friends, or other seniors, don't keep these strategies secret. Your example might be exactly what someone else needs to transform their retirement. The Sunday dinner promise. Every Sunday, I still have dinner with my family, but instead of quietly worrying about whether I can afford to pick up the check, I'm the one encouraging others to take control of their finances. Last week, my granddaughter asked me, "Grandma, how did you become so good with money?" I told her, "I wasn't always good with money, honey, but I got tired of being afraid of it, so I learned to make it work for me instead of against me." That's my promise to you. These 7 budget hacks will help you make money work for you, not against you. You'll move from anxiety to confidence, from limitation to possibility, from surviving retirement to thriving in it. The wisdom exists, the strategies work, the community supports you. The only question is whether you're ready to take the first step toward financial peace of mind in your golden years. Closing thoughts. Thank you for spending the last 30 minutes with me, learning about real solutions for real retirement budget challenges. If this video helped you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more practical retirement wisdom. In the comments below, tell me, which of these 7 budget hacks are you most excited to implement? And if you're already using any of these strategies, share your results to inspire others. Remember, in honor of Dorothy Martinez, who taught me that retirement isn't about having less, it's about making the most of what you have. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll talk about building emergency funds on a fixed income. Until then, keep stretching those dollars and living your best retirement life. Your financially empowered future is waiting for you to claim it.